Welcome back. You're watching India Tonight with me, Sumita Karir. Our top story this evening. Well, after being lodged in jail for nearly 50 days, Delhi Chief Minister and Aam Aadmi Party Supremo Arvind Kejriwal has been given interim bail by the Supreme Court till June 1. Which is the final phase of voting for the 7th-stage 2024 Lok Sabha election. In fact, Mr. Kejriwal was arrested by the ED on March 21st in the alleged liquor policy excise scam. He must surrender to prison officials by June 2. It's a conditional bail. The Delhi CM cannot speak about the case. He cannot speak to witnesses that are related to the case and will not carry out his chief ministerial duties. Important to also note that the ED has raised strong objections that this interim bail will set a bad precedent for other unscrupulous leaders who will ask for similar concessions and who are lodged in jail. So the question we are asking tonight is this a special exemption for Aam Aadmi Party Kejriwal, and what does this really mean for the opposition's campaign? Let's first take a look at what Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal had to say after he got out of bail, along with some other political reactions that we're getting in.
भारत माता की, भारत माता की, भारत माता की, इनकलाब, इनकलाब, वंदे, वंदे। आज आपके बीच में आके बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है। मैंने कहा था ना मैं जल्दी आऊंगा, मैंने कहा था ना जल्दी आऊंगा।
लोकसभा चुनाव में प्रचार से केंद्र की भारतीय जनता पार्टी की मोदी सरकार ने वंचित किया था। आज सर्वोच्च न्यायालय ने इस देश से मोहब्बत करने वाले, संविधान से मोहब्बत करने वाले, लोकतंत्र से मोहब्बत करने वाले के दिलों में एक उम्मीद की किरण जगाई है। हम पूरे दिल्ली के लोगों की तरफ से, देश के संविधान प्रेमियों की तरफ से, पूरी पार्टी की तरफ से सर्वोच्च न्यायालय का धन्यवाद करना चाहते हैं।
वो तो क्या बेल मिला, बोले आप चोर हैं लेकिन आप 1 महीना का कैंपेन करो। वो बेल बोलता है क्या? कोई रेस्पेक्टफुल लोगों बेल लेगा ही नहीं, बोलेगा आई पोलाइटली डिक्लाइन। और क्या बेल है कि आप जाओ 1 तारीख फिर वहां पास आ जाओ।
And to discuss this further, I'm now joined by Rashid Kidwai, Indian journalist and author, and of course Neeraj Chaudhary, journalist and political commentator. Thanks very much, ma'am and sir, for joining us this evening to discuss this. Let me first come to you, Mr. Kidwai. This definitely looks like a shot in the arm, the way Arvind Kejriwal has, given this very brief speech saying that हमें तानाशाही के खिलाफ लड़ना है and we have to fight against this dictatorial regime. This could very well be used as a victory card and a victim card as well for the Aam Aadmi Party, and you know that in politics it is perception that matters. What does this do to the opposition's campaign? I want to first understand from you before I go to Ms. Chaudhary.
Yeah. So this is a turning point of Indian elections. Remember, the already 283 seats voting has taken place. In Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, the opposition has found a very potent campaigner, somebody who knows how to talk. Look at him. The moment he came out, he's saying Bharat Mata ki Jai, Inqilab Zindabad, all kind of things that perhaps Rahul Gandhi would not be able to say. In Mr. Kejriwal, opposition has found a person whose popularity or oratory skills cuts across all socio-economic groups, communities, caste lines, etc. I mean, he's not a community leader per se. He's very urban, and remember, most elections, the remaining sort of elections are in Uttar Pradesh, in Delhi, in Haryana, in a lot of parts of northern India. And therefore, I think the opposition has got a real boost because Mr. Kejriwal, as a narrative, is going to play the part of his victimhood to the hilt. And so now I think the battle for 24 looks wide open.
Right, the battle you say that is wide open, and of course, Chief Minister Kejriwal, like you said, is a great orator, and that could really help tilting the scales in favor of the opposition party. Ms. Neecha, thanks very much for your patience. I want to come to you now. I mean, you saw that impassioned speech of Mr. Kejriwal. Is he looking really like what the party is claiming now? A phoenix actually rising from the ashes, who's all set to dominate speeches and discourse that has been up till all about a wealth tax and of course, polarizing discourse that's been going around. Can we really see Kejriwal being the star campaigner for the entire India Alliance?
Look, there'll be a lot of interest in him. He's been 50 days in jail. He's got bail at a time when only 15 days are left for campaigning as far as Delhi is concerned, where voting takes place on the 25th of May. And the Delhi 7 seats, even while he was in jail, it was felt that the India Alliance may win 1, 2, 3, whatever the number. But it wasn't a one-way street, as in 2019 when the BJP had got 7 out of 7 Lok Sabha seats from Delhi. So, and as we can see, the moment he's come out, he didn't lose seconds. And he knew what to say. He talked about thanking Hanuman. He talked about thanking the Supreme Court judges who had released him. And he talked about freeing the country from dictatorship. So he knew the line he was going to take. Of course, while he's been in jail, there has been growing sympathy for the Aam Aadmi Party. Because many people felt no matter what the AAP is like, they may not have voted for it in the past, but to have put a sitting chief minister in jail in the middle of election when there were no charges framed against him, somewhere they felt it was a bit too much. And so there was this sympathy. And I think that, and the cadre had felt charged, that with their leader in jail, they had to carry forward the battle. I think with all this, let's see what the next 2 weeks will yield. Of course, he will campaign in Delhi. I suspect he will also campaign Punjab, Haryana, and maybe even Maharashtra, where there is a tucker between the two sides.
Yes, Ms. Chaudhary, indeed, very, very interesting points that you've made, and we'll come to those points. But let me go back to Mr. Kidwai. Mr. Kidwai, when Arvind Kejriwal says that Desh se tanashahi ko bachana hai, that he's fighting against a dictatorial regime, the CM has given a rather muted speech. He's spoken in very few words, which he usually does not really do if we see his speeches and his oratory skills. So why is the CM holding his punches, and what do you think is going to be the Aam Aadmi Party and the opposition strategy in the next few days, besides, of course, hitting out at the BJP and, of course, their allies as far as their alleged dictatorial policies are concerned?
I think Mr. Kejriwal is a very astute politician. He knows what people want to hear. So I think he's gauging mood, and once he holds a sort of briefing with his party colleagues and other opposition leaders, he would sharpen his teeth. Number, his credibility level as compared to Rahul Gandhi is far higher, in the sense that he doesn't have baggage of dynasty or the emergency and all kind of wrongs that Congress had committed during its 54 years of rule at the central level. So what Mr. Kejriwal can say and get away, Rahul Gandhi cannot, and that is a distinct advantage Arvind Kejriwal has, and that's what I see. Mr. Kejriwal is also very ambitious. He has national ambition. He doesn't want to be confined as just a Delhi chief minister or so. And as you know, in Delhi, because of that fight with the central government, the mandate of Delhi government is very limited, and Lieutenant Governor is really someone who controls Delhi. So in that sense, this is the ideal situation for Mr. Kejriwal to spread, as Neerja ji was saying, his sort of popularity, his oratory skills beyond Delhi. And he knows that, perhaps in 2029, he will be a far more stronger contender for prime ministerial post. It may surprise you, but some of the surveys have already pitted him higher than, let's say, Mamata Banerjee or some other chief ministers of non-BJP ruled state as a prime ministerial candidate. So this is all known to him. He has a script ready, and I think in the days it will unfold. You will see a different Kejriwal and BJP on the defensive.
All right, so you're saying that we'll see a different Kejriwal. Let me come to you, Ms. Chaudhary. Now, obviously, there are barely 15 days to go before the next phase actually starts. May 25 is when, Delhi goes to polls. And of course, Aam Aadmi Party is contesting in these three states. There are still 15 days to go. There are still days to go. And as they say, even one day is a long time in politics. And if you see this entire election campaign, there have been phases, there have been waves related to different narratives being played out. So for example, it was about Sam Pitroda saying something related to inheritance tax, Rahul Gandhi stating something related to, wealth tax later on. Then it was about caste politics. Do you think it will stay for that long? Is this like a temporary phenomena? Is this going to be a temporary phenomena? Because the BJP is not going to hold back either.
No, that's absolutely correct. And as we know, when we started off with the election campaign, everybody thought it was a done deal. It may still be a done deal, but the narrative has changed. The contention in the election campaigning has changed. And you're right, there's a new issue by the day. And therefore, what happens in the coming days is you can not predict at all. But some people may hope that the sympathy for him may go down a little bit now that he's out of the jail and able to campaign. But I think it's too short a period. 2 weeks is too short a period for that to happen. And the cadre will be also equally charged now that he's out. And how the India Alliance will use his services, in joint campaigning, that remains to be seen. As an Aam Aadmi Party leader, of course, he's going to campaign for his party and I suppose for the India Alliance also. But whether there'll be joint campaigning, will a phalanx of the India leaders hold joint rallies in the different states where polls are still to be held, all that remains to be seen. I'm sure they're working on this. Certainly, I agree with you. The BJP will not sit back. They will go to town attacking him.
And also, ma'am, it's not like he's been exonerated of the charge. He will still be tried, and it's only a temporary provision that the Supreme Court has made specifically in his case. And Mr. Kidwai, that's what exactly the ED has been raising strong objections against, stating that this will set a bad precedent for other leaders who are in jail. Hemant Soren, for instance, K. Kavita, and even Amritpal Singh. Now, Hemant Soren's wife, if you saw during the day, Kalpana Soren was stating that she is hoping for a similar relief to come her way. So will this really incentivize politicians to commit crimes because they know that they will get bail?
Yeah, so I think corruption in high places, corruption in politics, as a kind of double-edged thing in electoral politics. The way ED tried to block interim bail for Mr. Kejriwal, and in spite of that, the Supreme Court has given it. Remember, the BJP has been using Supreme Court and courts as a very effective tool to sort of, silence the opposition. Every time something happens relating to Rafale or 370 or Ram Temple, they always cite, court verdicts and court pronouncements as a kind of sign of their political vindication, etc. So in that context, I think, see, it is an interim bail, it's a technical issue, I recognize that. But in the court of people, this is seen as some kind of, model of political victory. This is the political system we have. And that is what I'm saying, that Kejriwal's oratory skills, his ability to speak in a way that people want to hear is something that is unmatched. I think he's far more superior to, let's say, Rahul Gandhi and others, because Rahul Gandhi has the baggage of history and dynasty and legacy, etc. So in that sense, Arvind Kejriwal is very effective, and the opposition knows. So they're going to use this card rather effectively. Remember, in Delhi Lok Sabha, the Aam Aadmi Party record has been very dismal in 2014 and as well in 2019. So if they open the count, if the alliance wins 3-4 seats, Lok Sabha seats in Delhi, it is going to be a big blow because BJP is expecting 7-0 in its favor.
Right. Right, Mr. Kidwai, thanks very much for joining us. And ma'am, Ms. Neerja Chaudhary as well, thank you very much to both of you for joining us and, of course, sharing your views on this big political development that's happening in the national capital. Arvind Kejriwal coming out of jail and, of course, stating that there will be a press conference tomorrow and hoping that tomorrow there will be a pretty longish speech. It will be an elaborate speech and perhaps he'll throw some light on what the Aam Aadmi Party now intends to do. But for the voters, it remains to be seen how effectively the Aam Aadmi Party utilizes this period under Chief Minister Kejriwal's guidance. Will it be able to influence political discourse in other crucial states? On that note, it's time for us to get into a break. But lots more coming up on the other side. We bring you the flavors from Kolkata's palette right on your screens. Stay tuned to ET Now and thanks for staying with us.